Hey guys, it's Kerima and welcome back to another cleaning motivation video. I know it's been a minute, so I'm not going to even come back and act like I was here last week, but I do have a life update for you. For those of you who are interested in knowing where I've been and what I've been up to at the end of this video. For those of you who are just interested in the cleaning, that's what you're going to get first. But if you want to know what's been going on in my life and what's been going on with the kids, stick around to the end. There's been quite a bit going on in my life, so there is a lot of catching up to do in my life, in my house, cleaning, everything. So in this video, I'm going to give you guys a little cleaning motivation. I think in my next couple of videos, you're going to get a lot of cleaning motivation, but it's just a lot of catching up, just getting the house back in order. If you watch my update at the end of the video, you'll understand why I need this time to catch up. And that's what we're doing. So yeah, we're starting off with a little bit of laundry. I'm cleaning all of the sheets. Then I think I move on to Kingston's clothes, but it's just really about catching up with where I was falling apart. And I think I'm making this disclaimer because I know we're in holiday season. Everybody is like decorating for Christmas. They got their Thanksgiving menus out. They already took down their Halloween decorations. Like there's a lot of things going on YouTube, which I already know. I know how this works, but my channel is going to progress a little slower than that. I'm probably going to decorate for Christmas in real time with you guys. So I guess we'll get all the ideas from the other YouTubers, but I need time to catch up. So those of you who did find my personal page on Instagram, you saw that I did some traveling this summer. I really enjoyed my birthday this year. And the kids and I went on like a little family vacation for Kingston's birthday. So I have bought a whole bunch of stuff for me and the kids, just sandals and clothes and just things for us to, have for our little trips this summer. My friends flew out to Dallas to hang out with me and celebrate my birthday. So I had a great birthday this year. It was really a good time. And I appreciate you ladies so much. I know they watch my videos from time to time as well. I appreciate you guys coming out to celebrate with me because I really, really needed that. One of them surprised me, so it was exciting, and I really needed that. So that's what all of these shoes are from. Again, we are catching up in some of these videos, so I did have some footage that was filmed that I just never put out because, you know, you'll find out in the update part of this video. But yeah, that is what all these boxes are from.
Always alone. You will always be there. Always alone. You will always be there. Always alone.
Now, I did not plan, honestly, I didn't plan on buying this many pairs of shoes, and they're not all from Shoe Dazzle or Just Fab, but I did buy a pair of shoes from them one time. And the way they have their site set up, it's like a subscription service, and they billed me like twice. So I had this money just sitting there that I needed to use, so I just bought a couple of pairs of shoes from them and then canceled it. I do not like sites that are set up that way where they bill you monthly for their service. Like, I just want to go on the site and buy a pair of shoes if I see a pair of shoes that I like. But that's why I ended up with so many pairs of shoes. So laundry was one of the things that I got really backed up on. Honestly, when I'm going through things in my life, I don't like to clean. I really don't like to clean in general. I mean, I do it because I know it needs to be done, but I don't really enjoy it. Some people really enjoy cleaning. I am not one of those people. So when I'm going through something, that's the last thing I want to do. So I did get backed up on a lot of things, laundry included. So I think in every cleaning video from this point on, you will see a little bit of laundry getting done, a little bit of folding getting done until I'm all caught up. So this was the next day, and I really needed to come out and do some cleaning in the yard. I had planned on hiring someone to do this for me, but the prices they were charging for what I needed was insane. I have a brown thumb, and I just don't even really enjoy grass. So I'm gonna put on these garden boots so the grass don't touch my feet, and these gloves, and I'm gonna clean up my yard. My neighbor has a plum tree, and it was so hot this summer. As you know, Texas was 100 plus degrees from like May to September. All the plums fell off the tree into my yard. The part of the tree that hung over the fence fell into my yard. And honestly, I didn't think much about it. I thought like maybe the animals, like the squirrels and the bunnies, would eat it. But it was so many plums in the yard that it was just everywhere. And then it started to smell because they were like cooking in the heat. I did get sidetracked by all the spider webs that were on this egg chair. I was told that they don't like peppermint, so I did make this peppermint spray with some essential oils to try to deter them from coming back, because they were leaving spider webs on everything and it annoys my soul. So I did get sidetracked with that and started spraying everything down, trying to just, I want the spiders to do their job, but just like stay off the furniture. So back to the plums. I started out picking them up by hand, thinking that would be the fastest and easiest way to do it. But the texture, they were so mushy and just squashy from the sun. I couldn't take the texture of it, so I got the rake and dustpan and started picking them up that way. I will show you close-ups in a second. You'll see how many of them there were, but I had to get them up. My backyard was starting to smell like wine. So at this point, I was about to faint. Being from New York, I'm just not really designed for these type of temperatures. This kind of heat really takes me out, so I had to stop and take a water break. All right, guys, so I got the plums up. My grass is very dead over here. It's just the kind of year we had. It smells like wine, like a very strong plum wine scent, but I'm sure that'll get washed away with the sprinklers and the rain. And there's some staining on the brick here. I couldn't get the skin of the rotten plums up, but that'll go away. That will all go away. But at least the majority of all those plums are gone, and they're not rotten. Just a rotten feast for all the flies and fruit flies. So now I'm gonna get to this pool. Let me show you guys the pool. It's been looking really good, and I'm my own pool boy, so I've been taking care of my pool myself. Might hire someone for the summer, because the way this sun is sunning, I'm hot. I gotta drink some water. I'm very hot, but it looks so good. So I'm just gonna brush it. I think I'm gonna put the vacuum in. Actually, it doesn't look that dirty, but I am gonna brush it, and maybe I was gonna say get some of the leaves out, but I don't even see any leaves. There's some in the middle on the bottom. don't know if y'all can see that. Zoom in. There you go. You can see the leaves. So I'm gonna brush all of that debris and stuff up. So I actually enjoy cleaning out the pool. I really find brushing the pool really relaxing, and just keeping the pool clean relaxes me some kind of way. I don't know if it's just the water. I love water, oceans, pools, waterfalls. I love water sounds. It may be because I'm a water sign, I don't know, but it really is something that I enjoy doing. I find it very relaxing. But I'm sad because this may be my last year of maintaining my own pool. It was extremely hot this summer, and I maintained the pool the whole summer myself. I did not eventually hire anyone, but it was extremely hot. It was really difficult for me to do. So I don't know if I can keep this up. I don't think I'm going to be able to do it next year, because it was just too many instances where I was about to pass out and faint in that heat. And then I spend so much, it's kind of like cooking. You spend so much time cooking that you don't even really want to eat. That's how cleaning the pool is for me. I spend so much time maintaining it and cleaning the pool that I don't even swim as much as anybody else. So I think next year I'm just going to enjoy the pool. Hey guys, so it's been a minute. Yeah, it's been a minute. So as you can tell from the topic of this video, and probably from my disclaimer in the voiceover, I'm gonna give a little life update. Yeah, we're just gonna get right into it, because I think what took me so long with not really addressing the situation, but just making this type of video, is I just don't enjoy doing it. So I'm going to, because I feel like, for one, I'm ready to, and for two, I just feel like it's fair. There's a lot of people who've been following me for a long time and care about me, and I'm aware of that. I am. Some of you guys don't play about me. You have sought me out, because I did take a step back from all of my social medias. I did take a step back from all of my social media related to the Guilt-Free Mama platform, so that included Instagram and Facebook as well. But some of you found my personal Facebook page and my personal Instagram page, and at the end of the day, you guys just wanted to check on me. So if you did reach out to me on any of my platforms and I didn't respond, for one, it's not you, it's me. As a Cancer, it's my toxic trait. When I am going through something, I tend to retreat and hide in my little crab shell until I feel better. And that's just kind of how I deal with things. So that's not really the best way to handle things. That's why I call it a toxic trait, but it is how I handle things. But I greatly appreciate all of you who have reached out to me. I am going through some of those messages now. I kind of really took a step back completely from most of my business social medias, like I said, and just kind of posted things on my personal social media here and there. But I am kind of taking a step back to go through those messages, and I appreciate you guys so much, and I am okay. But let's address the topic. So I have mentioned that my ex and I did separate sometime last year. I started mentioning it in voiceovers. I think I got a couple of videos that were titled Solo Mom Cleaning Videos and things like that. But we did decide to move forward with divorce, and navigating that space has been interesting for me. At this point, I am much happier. I think we are happier as a whole, as a family, him included. But we had to get to this point, and I didn't really know how to navigate that on camera. It's just as simple as that. You know, my channel has always been a positive space, and not that sometimes separations and divorces, I mean, it's not looked at as a positive thing, but sometimes it's positive for the people involved. And I just really didn't want to, honestly, I just didn't want to navigate that while I was going through it. It's as simple as that. I didn't want to go through it with everybody in my community while I was trying to go through it and navigate that situation, because I didn't know what was going to happen, where we were going to end up, what we were doing. And that's just not something I wanted to go through publicly. So I decided to take some time off. To be honest, the whole transition, just kind of finding our new normal, the adjustment with the kids, myself, and just everything was a lot. It was quite overwhelming. And the fact that, you know, I still work. I'm a full-time working mom, always been that. I work 5 days a week, which was like killing me. I don't know how y'all do it. I'm a registered nurse, so I'm used to working 3 days a week, but I don't know how people who work 5 days a week do it and still like have a whole life outside of that. It was stressing me out. But basically, I needed time. I needed time for me. And I know some people push through. I see it, you know, this situation is not unique to me. Clearly, a lot of people on social media are going through things, especially here on YouTube, in this community as well. It's interesting. But we handle things differently. And personally, I needed some time. I was exhausted. I was overwhelmed. This was a big change for me and my children. And I wanted to make sure that I personally and my children were okay. Now, if I had the opportunity to take some time off from my real job and probably continue doing YouTube, I probably would have chose that. But the way my bills is set up, the paycheck was just bigger with the job. So I had to go back there. I had to go to work. And I needed some time. And if you know anything about YouTube, YouTube is a job. Making these videos, some of us are crazy the way we make these videos, but it's a job. It takes a lot of our time. You know, I could spend a good 20, 30 hours a week just filming and editing and producing YouTube videos. So I needed some of my time back. And that's what I did. I took some time. I can say I'm grateful I did that, because when I did try to put videos out, I was never going to come back correct if I didn't take this time for myself. I just was never going to actually be consistent on YouTube and really just be able to focus and feel good about it, because I wasn't in a good mental space. Like I said before, I was just exhausted. It was a lot to deal with, as you can imagine. And I was exhausted. Fast forward to today, you know, from the initial happened, we're going on 2 years, the initial announcement of the separation, and now kind of moving forward to this point, it's been over 1.5 years, you know, approaching 2 years. I feel so much better. We're in a really good place. I'm not going to go into the details of my divorce because that's weird. But what I will say, you know, it wasn't like a infidelity or abuse or anything like that. So we are in a really good space today. which allows us to co-parent really well. And I think that was my biggest fear. You know, obviously I have children, and I think any married person who has children, you really think long and hard about this type of decision. And that's another thing that I want people to be really sensitive about. When people get divorced, I think because divorce rates are so high, it's just, especially with millennials, there's this narrative that, oh, women are just getting divorced because they're unhappy. And I honestly think that's a little bit unfair. Like, yeah, there may be some unhappiness in there, clearly, but to say that people are getting divorced solely because they're unhappy is unfair. Like, if you've been married 10 plus years, 5 plus years. I've been married for 15 years. I promise you, I exhausted all options before I came to this decision, you know? So if I was going to get divorced because I was unhappy, I probably would have got divorced many years ago. And same for him. You know, it's not like, I'm not saying that he was the happiest in our situation either, but if the reason was unhappiness, we would have did it a long time ago. I promise you, we exhausted all options, or I personally, I can only speak for myself, but I exhausted all options before I made this final decision and realized that this was the right decision for me. At the end of the day, when it comes down to the type of mother I get to be to my children and my sanity, this was just the best option for me. And it's as simple as that. So it's not just a matter of being unhappy, because we can work through unhappiness, but some things you just can't work through. And that is what it is. But we are a lot happier now. You may still see him. I mean, you didn't see him in my videos much before, but you may still see him time to time, you know, holidays and just here with the kids after school, because there's just no animosity or hatred. We co-parent very well. He is very involved in the kids' life. He is very helpful to me still with things that I may need help with. We were just not the best compatible, you know, the most compatible partners. I'll just leave it at that. But I'm back because I'm in a good space. I'm in a good headspace. I finally wrapped my life, you know, my mind around my work. We'll talk about that. I'll talk about that in another video. I know a couple of people who follow me are nurses as well. And I transitioned from bedside to informatics. And it's been an interesting transition. I'm feeling a lot better about my job now. But again, like I said, I'll discuss that in another video because I don't want to make this update too long. But yeah, that's pretty much what was going on. That was the main reason why I was away. My hiatus has been so long. I don't think I've ever been gone this long. Usually a couple of weeks, maybe a month the most, but I've never been gone for like a few months. But that was the reason why, and it was just really important for me to get it together. Like, I needed to get myself all the way back together because I want to show up the way I want to show up. It's as simple as that. But I still want to be real with you guys. My channel has always been, the feedback that I've always gotten from my channel is people appreciate how real I am. So I always want to do that, but I have to take care of me first. So that's what I did, and I'm back. I got lots of cleaning to do because, girl, I'm gonna tell you one thing. When I was going through all that I was going through, cleaning wasn't it. I barely like to clean on a regular basis. I will do it. I'm an adult. I know it needs to be done. I am not one of those people who just enjoys cleaning. And when I'm going through something, get somebody else to do it. But so there's a lot to cover. There's a lot of content coming your way. I say all of that to say a lot of content coming. But yeah, I'm back at it. I plan on sticking around. I'm not gonna make no promises on how many uploads, but I'm feeling better. We're doing better. So, and I'm always gonna make sure that my children are okay. I didn't show them a ton on my videos either, but I just like to make sure there's good energy in my house if I'm gonna be exposing us to the outside world. So we're back. There's a lot of content. What else can I share with you guys? I'm still on my fitness routine. As you can tell now, I am dressed and about to head to the gym. I need to do that before King gets out of school, but I've been able to keep up with that. So I've still been taking care of myself. You know, this is just something that I needed to deal with personally and offline, and I appreciate the opportunity to do that. There's lots of you who kind of stick through it with me, and you always say, like, whenever you're ready, you reach out and you let me know that you miss me, and you basically say whenever you're ready to come back, we will be there. So I appreciate those who kind of stuck by me and allowed me the time to kind of deal with personal issues. So I appreciate y'all. But it's definitely time to get back. I love YouTube, and honestly, if I could do YouTube forever, I would. If I could do YouTube instead of other things, I probably would too. But the way this mortgage keeps coming and the way these kids like to eat, I have to go to work at the same time, and it's a lot. But I do love making YouTube videos. It is like, you know, it's a hobby, and it's a hobby. It's also work, especially when you want to do it on a consistent basis and you have people who are who expect you. I know what that feels like. I'm not just a YouTuber. I am also a YouTube watcher, and the minute that somebody that I consistently watch disappears, I need to know what happened. If I had their phone number, I probably would text them. But I'm one of those ones that's like searching on Instagram, like, I just want to know that they're okay. So I just want to say that I'm okay. I've been rambling for 12 minutes. We're going to head to the gym, and I just want to say I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you so much. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.